We are here to bring a new type of news show.
New insights, new styles, and new topics every day.
We are News Generation.
Bring news just for you. It's Friday, October 11th here in Seoul. I'm Song Yujin and you're watching News Generation. Today we're joined by Kwon Ji-yeon.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, and Park Ki-hoon.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Now, both are here to speak on behalf of those in their 20s and 30s. Now, as usual, we're going to start with our news feed, which covers different hashtags and news items trending online. South Korean badminton player and Paris Olympic gold medalist An Se-young has returned to competition for the first time since her Olympic victory. Representing Busan City, An is currently participating in the National Sports Festival held in Arirang, Gyeongsangnam Province. During a post-match press conference, An became emotional when asked if her passion for badminton had grown during her 2-month break. The athlete has taken time off following her criticism of the Badminton Korea Association and the national team's management system after her gold medal match in Paris this summer. A survey by online travel booking platform Agoda has ranked South Korea as the #1 culinary destination in Asia. The survey, which was conducted in August with over 4,000 participants from 10 Asian countries, revealed that 64% of visitors cited Korean cuisine as their primary reason for visiting the country. Taiwan followed closely at 62%, with Thailand, Japan, and Malaysia completing the top 5. Finally, on the cultural front, South Korean author Han Gang has been awarded this year's Nobel Prize in Literature. The Swedish Academy announced on Thursday that Han was recognized for her, quote, intense poetic prose that confronts historical traumas and exposes the fragility of human life. Now, since the announcement, the news has been making headlines in both domestic and international media outlets. So I'd like to ask our panelists, could you tell us more about the significance of Han's win?
This is definitely a huge news for
Indeed.
For South Koreans. And her individual achievement has elevated the status of Korea in the global stage, especially in Korean literature.
Right.
And now that because she's won this prize, I think more people all around the world can actually appreciate and learn more about Korean literature. And I'm sure everyone in Korea right now is quite proud to be Korean, including myself. And I think we live in a very good time where novels can be translated into so many different languages in just one go. So everyone all around the world, despite cultural differences and ethnical backgrounds, can really resonate with the original piece of writing. And especially just like The Vegetarian. And I think becoming the first ever Korean to win the Nobel Prize in literature, I think more young, passionate Korean writers, can live their dreams. Not just think of it as a dream, but like reality. Seeing her Han Gang, win this prize, I think she can really help more young writers to escalate Korean literature into the global stage. And I just hope that this trend continues and more people around the world actually appreciate not just Korean literature, but we're seeing the trend these days how everyone's in love with the K-wave, and I think this is just one part of the K-wave.
Right, I think it'll definitely give a boost to future novelists and authors here in Korea, and also to Korean literature on the global stage. Now, I want to ask you, Ji-yeon, have you read some of Han Gang's most acclaimed works, such as A Vegetarian or I Do Not Bid Farewell? And I would also like to ask you, how do you feel about this monumental achievement?
Well, first of all, I feel an immense sense of pride and respect for her achievement, for Han Gang's achievement. Well, this honor not only celebrates, her exceptional talent, but also elevates a global presence of Korean literature to all around the world. And I actually read Han Gang's book, The Vegetarian, or 채식주의자, in both Korean and English. And I have some deep discussions with my people around me, because back in the days, it was kind of a boom reading Han Gang's The Vegetarian. And also, I had this book as a present from my mummy, I Do Not Bid Farewell, that is 작별하지 않는다 in Korean, as my birthday present. And I'm enjoying reading it these days. Well, Han Gang's works are very poetic, yet profoundly deep. So if you haven't read them, Ki-hoon, I highly recommend diving into her novels. And who knows, we might have another winner in this country.
Right,
Nobel Prize winner in literature.
Right. So once again, the big congratulations to Han Gang. And Han will formally receive her award at the Nobel Prize ceremony scheduled for December. And that was our news feed for this Friday. So we're now going to move on to our main discussion of the day. Today we're going to talk about something a lot of us bring back from our travels, and that is souvenirs. Take a look at the screen to find out more.
With a cool autumn breeze setting in, it's the perfect time of year to pack your bags and go on a trip. And when we travel, it's almost a tradition to pick up a little something from the places we visit, whether it's a keychain or a local specialty. Today on News Gen, we're going to explore what young travelers visiting Korea love to buy as souvenirs.
Right, so I want to start off today by asking our panelists a very simple, light question. What do you guys usually like to buy as souvenirs when you travel abroad? For me, I like to buy magnets or so-called city cups that are sold at a very big coffee or cafe franchise. So share what you buy.
Well, in order to understand a particular country, you really have to try their food. And also including snacks. So snacks are beloved and easy to find, easy accessible. So I always make sure to sample them. I go to their supermarkets and convenience stores. When I go abroad, I love to try and bring back those snacks home that are unique to that country. Think about it. We have durian snacks in Malaysia and salt and vinegar
specialty
in the UK as well. And they're usually lightweight, but their size can make packing very tricky. So I often take an empty bag just to bring those snacks to my home. And I enjoy comparing those snacks to those from home, and I love trying ones made with local ingredients. And sampling these snacks gives me a deeper appreciation for the local cuisine and culture. And whenever I discover some delicious foreign snacks, I can't help but I wish they were available in Korea. It's sort of a benchmarking, in Korea.
I'm sure a lot of us have experience of buying those specialty snacks from abroad when we're traveling. So Gia mentioned food and snacks. What about you, Kyun?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and I would definitely bring back local snacks that you can't buy in your home country. And one example would be when I traveled to Vietnam last year, I bought, I think, a kilo of dried mangoes and mango jellies, which is really hard to find in Korea, and it's also very expensive. But I tend to purchase health products like medicine, essential oil and supplements that is really well known in that particular country, and it's homemade there, which is also very expensive to buy in Korea. I mean, you can buy it in Korea, but it's obviously going to be a lot more expensive. And it's funny how the souvenirs you buy really changes as you age. Because
Really?
in my 20s, I would buy snacks, obviously, like chocolates, but nowadays it'll be more based on my health, health products, and also maybe coffee beans, depending on which area of the country you go to. But as a gift, like you mentioned, I think fridge magnets is one of the most, I guess, convenient and memorable gifts to give to people. And most people actually like it because, I mean, if it's food, it'll go away. But with fridge magnets, it'll stay there. Every time you open the fridge, you'll see and remember who bought it for you. But I think all in all, even though this is not a souvenir, but if you do travel abroad, dropping by the duty-free shop is a must to buy your favorite whiskey, bottle or two. So I think
They are good presents.
it is. It's
For
also
you,
a very
for
good
yourself.
gift as well, and for myself
Yes.
and for others as well. But I think, buying souvenirs is definitely something like to remember like where you went and to besides taking pictures and videos. I think souvenirs is another way of remembering where you went.
They bring back all the good memories
memories.
from your travel, right? Right, so we've heard from our panelists. Now, let's talk about young travelers who are actually coming to Korea and traveling the country. So I want to ask you, Jian, what are some of the top items that are popular as souvenirs?
Well, as travel trends evolve, younger tourists are redefining the way they experience and remember their trips, especially when it comes to souvenir shopping. So according to Creatrip, a platform specializing in Korean travel experiences, there is a notable shift in the purchasing trends of international tourists visiting Korea. So instead of traditional items like ginseng, seaweed, or face masks, a growing number of travelers, that is 56.2% of whom are under 40, are opting for more modern, easily accessible souvenirs. So rather than heading to souvenir shops, they often pop into supermarkets or convenience stores to grab popular snacks from Korea. And from banana-flavored milk and chocolate ring yogurt to honey butter almonds, these snacks and treats have become the new go-to souvenirs, with items like Bichobi chocolate snacks seeing a remarkable 60% rise in sales over the past year. And Korean snacks are currently experiencing significant popularity worldwide, with exports increasing by 15%. And there is a possibility that this year's export value will surpass 1 trillion won. And the traditional Korean yakgwa, the dessert yakgwa, now recognized as a popular K-dessert, is also gaining in popularity. And various combinations featuring yakgwa have also gained fame on social media platforms, including YouTube. And cosmetics and hiking gear are one of the popular souvenirs that international visitors are buying these days. This shift reflects a broader change in how tourists engage with local culture.
Right, so Korean snacks are definitely one of the most trending souvenirs among inbound tourists here in Korea. Now, Jiyeon briefly mentioned popular souvenirs that are not snacks or food.
That's
So
right.
could you elaborate more on that, Kyun?
Yeah, just adding on to what Jiyeon just said about hiking gear, it's also trending here in Korea among a lot of travelers. Seoul is a very mountainous city, and many young travelers actually go hiking because it's in the vicinity of where they're staying in Seoul, and it's really easy to go there just using public transport. And there's even like a book that was released recently, all in English, showing all the different hiking sites within Seoul and outside Seoul. It gives you all the information, so you can grab your hands on that. And there are a number of stores that actually sell hiking gears like windbreakers and lightweight jackets that can be practical when you actually travel throughout the day, especially during autumn when there's a big temperature gap throughout the day. And another popular item is 뮤즈. Have you heard of 뮤즈?
I know
뮤즈. It's a combination of two words, and I'm sure Eugene, as a cultural correspondent here in Arirang, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. Can you
I
kind of
do.
elaborate for our viewers who might not know the word 뮤즈?
Okay, I'll try. So it's a combination of the words museum and goods, which mean merch in Korean, merchandise. So can you take it from here, Kyun?
Yes, as you can see on the screen, the National Museum Cultural Foundation recently collaborated with the entertainment company Hive by releasing merchandise that blends the beauty of traditional Korean culture with the influence of K-pop boy band BTS. The collaboration involves 14 products featuring motifs from the museum's collection, including pensive bodhisattva and white glazed moon jar, and various traditional celadon and white porcelain pieces. Also, with the growing influx of young tourists and the rise of K-wave, more travelers are growing interested in Korean history, historical sites, and culture and heritage. So more people actually choosing to visit museums and, of course, like historical sites. So the National Museum Foundation became very creative, actually, and decided to come up with these good merchandise, collaborating like traditional Korean paintings and artworks with K-pop stars and collaborating together and creating new products that they're just selling like hotcakes, not just among Koreans, but so many different visitors from overseas. They're also loving growing interest in these products, and I really want to get my hands on these soju shot glasses that I will explain to you a bit later.
Okay, well, stay tuned for that as well. Now, I think that we are definitely seeing souvenirs, popular souvenirs in Korea becoming more diversified. In the past, when people mostly bought kim seaweed or other, some of the popular...
Like ginseng.
Ginseng,
I
right,
remember
right.
a lot of people bought ginseng.
Thank you for helping me out. And I think that this kind of reflects the changing travel trend, broader travel trend among tourists who are visiting Korea, because what you buy kind of reflects what you want to experience or what you found great about the country, right?
That's correct. So that's why we have some high return visit rate. According to the Tourism Knowledge and Information System, the return visit rate of foreign tourists in Korea last year was 56.1%. Wow. Well, this trend highlights a strong desire among returning visitors to immerse themselves in local cuisines and cultures in Korea, which is also reflected in their souvenir purchases. And also, the younger generation places great importance on unique and personalized items and experiences, leading them to select souvenirs that cater to their specific needs, preferences, and current trends as well.
Right. So we've heard some of the most trending K-souvenirs among the younger generation here in Korea. Now, we also asked our viewers who've bought gifts from Korea before what their family or friends were most excited to receive, and here's what 3 of them said. If we look at the comments, Rex Alex Macedon says, nothing like packing the snacks to bring home a taste of Korea. Oh, just like Chia. From Citron tea to 3-layered choco balls, and my personal favorites, dried strawberries, 김선악 seaweed crisps, and 해진 거주 dried squid. Yum! Ramsey Breons 861 says, I brought a lot of Korean traditional snacks like yakgwa, also burdak almonds were a hit, and of course, Korean skincare products are a staple gift. Stan W. Baker says, a bit older than Arirang's demographic, but the pedal-to-flow water into the kitchen sink was a must on our kitchen and basement sinks. Wow, I think our viewers know more about Korean souvenirs than myself. I had some problem pronouncing some of them. Sorry, but we could definitely get more suggestions for those who are curious about what they want to buy if they are traveling to Korea. Now, for more on the craze for Korean souvenirs, we're going to invite an Indonesian Gen Z who's studying Korea. Stay tuned. Right, so for our live interview today, we're joined by Patricia Febriola, an Indonesian Gen Z who is currently studying at the Hankuk University of Foreign Studies Graduate School in Seoul. Welcome back to the show, Patricia.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again. So our first question for you, Patricia, is what's your favorite item to bring back from Korea when you return home for vacation or the holidays? And I also want to ask you, what makes it special for you?
Well, actually, if you come to Korea and you're going back to your home country, you will definitely don't want to go home empty-handed. So back then, I think I could only think about bringing back home the Korean traditional souvenirs, such as like key rings, postcard, and then might be like clothes with the I Love Korea or I Love Seoul typography. But now I think Korea has really developed in K products, so you have diverse options to bring back home. So I think for me, because I'm going back home and I bring some stuff from here, I don't want to bring something with too heavy weight. So I'm picking like some Korean snacks such as yakgwa or like banana uyu. And then we have this kind of various flavor of ramyeon here. So it's an interesting souvenirs to bring back home as well. And then right now in Olive Young, you got so many options for K-beauty, such as skincares and also cosmetic. It's not only sheet mask, but there are a lot, like sunscreen or like moisturizers. You got many options. Yeah, and for K-pop lovers, I think I will bring back some K-pop stuff, not albums because it's too heavy. So I prefer like something more light, but related with K-pop stuff.
Snacks, good choice, Patricia. Well, what about your friends and family? Do they have any must-buy items from Korea?
I think it's quite similar with what I've mentioned before, but especially for elders and my parents, they usually ask for ginseng and also like Korean utensils, such as chopsticks or like the spoons from Korea, because they think it's very unique, and we love it back in Indonesia because we also got a lot of Korean restaurants. So to have it one at home, it's a nice thing to have. Yeah.
Patricia, are there any new or trending Korean souvenirs that have caught your attention lately?
Okay, so I never think of this before, but previous months ago, I went back to Indonesia and I brought back salt bread, sogempang. So I brought back that, and also I brought a mini soju with the mini size bottle. I never think before that can be considered as a souvenir, but apparently when I bring back home, everyone likes it. So yeah.
Great. I think we have our K-souvenir expert right here with us. All right, Patricia, thank you so much for your time today and hope you have a lovely weekend.
Have a lovely day too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Right, so before we wrap up, I want to turn back to our panelists. If you could recommend just one item or souvenir that our viewers could buy or must buy in Korea, what would that be?
Can I recommend 2?
Okay.
So one souvenir I highly recommend is a homi.
Homi.
Homi is, do you know homi?
I know.
It is a gardening tool that's really practical and unique. Homi has become a surprise hit on a major American online shopping platform in many countries, and experts claim that the homi makes gardening tasks easier and more enjoyable.
So it kind of looks like a shovel,
Yes,
but
it
in a
looks like-
different
yeah,
shape.
That's right, correct.
This
Like
kind of
shovel.
shape, yeah.
Yes.
But it can be used as a weapon as well when you're in danger.
Yeah, you have to be very
Okay.
careful.
For wild animals
Yes.
when you're farming, yeah.
Okay.
Another fantastic option for souvenir is a podegi. It's a traditional Korean baby carrier that has become a must-have for mums in the US. In fact, many Hollywood stars, celebrities like Julia Roberts and Courtney Cox have adopted the traditional podegi, Korean style of carrying their babies back in the day. So if you are expecting a little one or know someone who is, why not gift a podegi? And after all, it's the ideal way to carry your baby with while keeping your hands free, absolutely free.
Right. So write that down, our viewers. Homi and podegi. Now your suggestion, Kyun.
So I was mentioning soju shot glasses,
Oh, right.
and I believe it's sold out right now, but it's called the Drunken Scholar Color Change Mini Glasses, soju
Very
glasses.
long name.
Yes.
That was sold in the National Museum of Korea, and it was a huge hit among like the young generation, and of course the foreign travelers, travelers from abroad. And also basically, there are pictures of scholars, and when you pour the drink, like a cold drink inside, their faces turn red.
Oh,
like when you get drunk.
Very unique.
Yeah, so I think it's, like I said, it's sold out right now, but I'm sure they'll bring it back. They'll make more. And I definitely want to get my hands on these items. And also, just like what Patricia mentioned, a lot of people visit Arirang.
Oh.
It's a must-go place for all foreigners traveling here in Korea. And they think, it's just very affordable and there's so much variety. And there's always there's also a DIY cosmetic or makeup that you can purchase as a gift, and you can make your own, create your own makeup that customize it, that suits your skin type. So, you guys can try it out.
I
or
will.
even myself.
I shall do that. So write that down, the unique soju shot glasses and a visit to Arirang. And that's all from us today, but Newsden will be back next Monday at 9:30 a.m. Korea time. Special thanks today to Kwon Ji-yeon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Park Ki-yeon.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching, and have a nice weekend. We are News Generation.